This looks like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. What is going on, guys? Carter here with Edged Mindset. We're taking a look at another Shooziz knife. This model is the HAN315, HAN315 in DC53 steel. From what I understand, DC53 is really just a souped up D2 steel, which in my book is excellent. Like when we're talking about budget steels, sign me up. I like D2. Sounds like this DC53 is just a little bit better than standard D2. But even if it isn't, even if it is just D2, I still think it's a steal. This thing comes in at, I think, around $40 or $50. So very, very affordable. Let's talk size. Let's talk specs. Let's talk all the normal stuff. I will, spoiler alert, I don't think I'm going to be recommending this one at all. So 4-inch long blade. Overall length is almost 9 inches, 8 3/4 roughly. Let's get some blade thickness here. Fairly thick boy, but not too crazy. 0.193. So yeah, it's got some thickness to it. The handle though, let's see how thick this is. 0.71. So very thick. Very thick. Similar to the XUN 122 that I also have. Tonto blade, you can see right there. Very cool stylings, very cool design. You've got this window right here. You've got some jimping on top of the blade. It's medium texture. I would like it a little more aggressive. Maybe some people that like softer jimping will really like it. It does its job. It does add texture, just not a ton. You've got some markings, some milling in here to kind of add some design to it. And that's where I think Shooziz really shines. Their designs are excellent at the price point. However, the execution fails. Mainly, in my opinion, because they're putting design above actual functionality a little too far. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Steel bolsters again on this guy, making it way too heavy. That just reminded me. I forgot to get a weight on this. Way too heavy. It doesn't feel as unbalanced as this guy, but very similar size and weight. So 10.9 ounces. Is it even more than this? No, this one's 12 ounces. Holy crap. Way too heavy though. 10 ounces for a knife this size, 4-inch blade, and you feel it. It feels heavy. Look how thick that handle is. Look how blocky it is. I'm getting ahead of myself. Cool pivot with the Shooziz design right there. Flipper deployment is the only way to deploy it. You can't really get in here. And it flips really good. The detent is tuned perfectly. Lockup is amazing. Rock solid. Super smooth. Running on multi-row bearings, I believe. Perfectly centered. No slop. Like the machining, the fit and finish on these Shooziz have been really, really good. Some are okay, and then some are flat out excellent. This one's pretty excellent. You'd have to really look to see anything wrong with this on a fit and finish standpoint, especially at the price range. It's really, really cool how they did that. These steel bolsters, just like on this one, was a very big misstep. It looks good because it kind of looks like titanium, right? Makes it look really nice. But it adds way too much weight. This needed to be G10 or micarta or something else. I know they're wanting it to look nice. Worked on me, I bought it. But that weight is just killing this thing. It is skeletonized, the liners, but not enough. Needs more. I appreciate having it milled in here. It makes it easy to get to this lock bar. Like I said, the fit and finish and everything is really, really good on this knife. Micarta scales with some milling pattern in there looks really nice. G10 backspacer, it's done really, really well. I like the pocket clips. I like how they did the laser cutting on the clips and not just surface level markings. I think it looks nice. Deep carry pocket clip. Super smooth action. Ergonomics are awful. It's a brick. Hot spots all down here. In my unboxing video, that was the #1 comment of this thing probably feels terrible. And it doesn't feel great. Maybe, depending on the size of your hand though, it might not be as bad as you think. Like for me, I've got long fingers. So this is gonna get weird. This amount of space here between these two creases are about equal to this amount of space. So my front finger, depending on how I grip it, kind of fits in there, and then this one fits back here. So for me, it's actually not that bad. If I squeeze, obviously I'm going to feel these corners. But if you have smaller or shorter fingers, I bet this thing is awful because you are going to be not lining up with these corners at all. I mean, you can just tell how blocky this thing is. So similar to this guy, if the weight was under control, this would be a home run. If the weight was under control on this one, it would be whatever's below a home run. Like, still cool. The look of this thing, the angles, makes it look really futuristic and nice. And I would be willing to overcome some ergonomic issues if it wasn't for that weight. It's just too heavy for me. Maybe not for you if you like heavy knives, but for me, if I'm carrying a heavy knife, it needs to be much thicker, much over the top, much more over the top than this. This should be a lot lighter. And especially if they knocked out these steel bolsters, they would be so much closer. Like, even just doing that, I think would be a huge step forward. And also if maybe they chamfered a little bit more. Anyways, what do you think of this one from Shooziz? Both of these are super good looking in pictures. Not so much in the hand and not so much in the pocket. All right, let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. Catch you on the next one.